are the top female lies?
It's your baby. It's your baby.
That's 1, 2, and 3.
It's your baby.
Female lie
That's
right
the top
there.
one. 18 years later.
What makes you say that?
18 years later.
18 years later. It has to be the biggest lie, innit? What else is bigger? What else is going to be bigger than that, innit? It's your baby. And it's a lie. Imagine the child growing up for how many years with somebody as their daddy, they formed a relationship with that person, only to be told your whole identity now is different.
You know, we've got a female in the building right now. Lisa, what's your take on this? What is your take on this?
Only female in the place and we were looking at her. What's your take?
It's like...
Speak. Speak. Yeah, because you know...
I don't lie.
That's a lie.
What about when females say, oh, I don't do them kind of stuff there. And then meanwhile, she goes and does it. If you know what I'm talking about, we have to keep it clean as well.
Yeah, but sometimes it's actually true though. Well, if they add yet on the end, it means they're gonna.
I've never done this before, and then it's like, whoa!
No, I like the female psychology. She said if she puts yet on the end, means that she's... What is it you said? That she's gonna do it?
Yeah.
Good. So every time I hear a female say, I don't do that yet, I'm gonna say, don't worry, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be patient.
I want to know what USG is about at the moment. We're gonna get the Q later, a bit later on.
USG is basically a business now. USG Entertainment is like, it started off with the music. Obviously it started off before music, but what it is now, it's like transforming into a proper business, isn't it? Like, so it's music and obviously branching off into other things like film.
Entertainment, film,
just the whole entertainment industry, merchandise.
Everything. We've even got barbers, artists, we've got everything. Editors, everything. We're branching into everything, So hopefully it's going to be a very big brand that's going to have a lot more than just music and entertainment.
I'm hearing that USG's got, how do I put this, about 50 members. 50 plus members.
You could be right, We don't know the official number.
You know what, it's no mad, we've got USG in branches in other countries.
Different countries.
Oh, wow.
So, you get me? Look out for USG Ghana, look out for my Ghanaians.
Done, man.
You get me? USG Ghana, watch out for that.
You got man in T-Dot repping it, you got, it's like I said, innit, it's more this a thing that's a movement now, isn't it? It's trying to make it a lifestyle like that other people can relate to and get involved. Not even if music ain't your first passion.
Exactly.
Like you said, we've got other stuff that would draw you to us.
So that's why there is so many members.
Now, how did the link come about between USG and you?
Basically, I'm from Northwest London, originally. You know, film and music go together. And if I was just looking at what's happening in America, you know, you see a lot of music artists moving into film. I thought, where could I get some music from? So I was on the internet, like a lot of people do, and somehow I came across USG. I like the sound. I like the sound, and it was a sound that I felt could cross over. So I hit up Swinge on Facebook, and then that's how it was.
He hit me up on Facebook, said, yeah, I've got this film, and I think some of you lot's music will fit in nicely. So I said, cool, let's meet up and see what's going on in it. So that was the initial meeting, was just like giving some music for the film. But as we started talking and stuff like that, we realised that, yo, like we can do more, innit, if we link up.
And you know, tell you the truth, 2 years down the line, it's been really good because Lefty, I got Lefty into Top Boy, EXO into Top Boy. So the kind of movement from them into film, and my relationship, and you know, they've involved me with lots of what they're doing. So I've got a much bigger understanding of how the music works and stuff like that. So it's been a good relationship.
Now, what's the film going to be about? Because I know it's called Fedz. I know some people are getting an impression already, but what's the actual film about from your perspective?
It's just a simple film about a UK cop, a black cop, that leaves Scotland Yard, right, because he thinks it's corrupt.
Don't give away too much, man.
No, I can give away because whatever it is, because he leaves it because it's corrupt, and then you know he's up against his own teammates. But the funny thing is when we started to do this story, right, the same thing happened in America, where there was a cop called Chris Dorner who left the LAPD and went up against his teammates. Yeah. So whereas when people telling us, oh, your story won't work or whatever, it happened in real life. So that's the story, really.
Should past relationship secrets be hidden from your new partner?
Depends if it affects the new partner. Of course it does.
That's what I said.
Why? Like, why?
What do you mean, what? Should past secrets be hidden?
Okay, say for example it came up in a conversation.
Yeah.
Would you spill it out or just...
Say for example, your past relationship was a bit, you know, like, say for example, the girl turned out crazy. And now you're in this new relationship and all these things happen in your past relationship. You might want to tell your new partner because, you know, she could...
Yeah, I
you know
would.
what I mean?
But then, what about a scenario where you've now taken your new person, your new missus, to the same restaurant you used to frequent, the same hotel spa that you used to go with the ex-girl, and you've been telling the new missus, yeah, this is all you, babe, yeah, the first time I've been there and whatnot. You've done that with 3 other girlfriends.
See, that would be lying. But if you want a good relationship...
Exactly, because you're just going to get push-up now if you don't know. That's what you're going to get, so I probably lie.
You know what I'm saying? If the places I was going with the ex and I know a man in there and I can get discounts.
That's right.
A discount.
This is why these scenarios happen, isn't it? The hookup man is there. Why am I going to go in? It's a lot of money to go in elsewhere.
What do we actually do with ourselves in terms of filming? Because I feel like we just get the same thing over and over again about the roads, somebody getting stabbed, somebody getting shot.
Those stories are the easiest to do, right? You know, the knife crime stories and whatever it is. And I think, you know, a lot of people are just taking the easiest option. Also with those kind of stories, it's like what happens, like what you've got now, you start to get bored of those stories. But I think another thing that fuels those stories is, you know, from the music scene, we've got certain artists that have come about, and the artists naturally want to move up to the next level, and they see that as film. So when they get a script that to them is true to life, or, you know, road, or they can relate to it, it's easier for them to play. Now, the problem with that is that you're always sitting in your comfort zone, right?
Yeah,
and you're not stretching yourself. As actors, as writers, as directors, as producers, as an industry, yeah? And I want to tell you something else. And what happens is, right, they leave a gap, right? The UK has left a gap.
For the market.
No, they left a gap, right, for the African man, right, to come in, right? Now, I'm African by heritage, right? But obviously, I grew up on 2 sides, you know, with a West Indian family and whatever, so I've got understanding. So when I say they've left a gap for the African man to come in, which is a good thing, the African guys are coming with Nollywood. What have we been doing? We don't even have a proper film industry. Yeah? You know, we don't have anything that we can really call our own. No directors. You can call Noel Clarke, right? But Noel Clarke, yeah, is a product of kidulthood, right, which he did do by himself, you know, and then from that he was sucked into the system, right, then adulthood and everything like that, and none of his films, apart from the first one, Kidulthood, makes box office.
There are people out there that are doing different productions, different topics, but no one's not putting money into those for those to be getting made. You've got things like Top Boy and all of that, yeah. The Channel 4 and them people, they're going to throw all the money they've got behind that to get that out on the TV, isn't it? But okay, so we want to see something else different, yeah? What are you doing to do that? If we want to make a film, are you going to donate for us to make a film on the topic of your type of choice, isn't it? Right now we're just getting the stereotypical thing, isn't it? Like, what's going on the road. But what you have to understand is it's not us putting the money behind those. The people with the money, who is not us in the folk communities, they're the ones who decide, okay, well, we'll finance that. But it's supposed to be negative, stereotypical, but why are they financing it then, isn't it? Because they know people are going to watch it. You're attracted to that. Like, no one's not going to go and watch a film about a wedding. Well, they might. You get me? But
9 times out of 10, they probably
depends on how it's done, innit?
Yeah.
But we're not going to go to the cinema unless the missus is dragging us out to go and watch a film about no wedding. And even if we are, it better Beyonce or somebody in it to get us in there, innit? Otherwise, we're not going, innit? If we want to see something different, like that Kickstarter Team Q, what Spike Lee's doing. We need to start doing things like that then and see if our community will start putting their hand in their pocket to help us make the films and the productions.
The people that are giving us the money to make these films, or the people that are writing these films, right, I would say are the white mainstream, right? I'm talking black and white here, just straight up, not, you know, I'm going like Kanye, I ain't hiding nothing, yeah? It's the white mainstream, and they, just like in America, they want to see and keep that image, right? So when you've got filmmakers like myself come along, or independent filmmakers, that's where we try you know, against the grain to try to do something that's completely different. Now, I always remembered something that Spike Lee said, right, back in the day, which I've always held close to my heart, which is that as a filmmaker, you are in control of your own imaging, right? When you're doing Top Boy or you're doing other films made by the white mainstream, we are not in control of our own imaging. They're writing the scripts, yeah, they're hiring actors, they got the directors, and they're telling them how to go. So something like Fedz, right, I thought to myself, well, what could I do? So I switched it round, right? You know, Fedz, right, is a lot of the cops are all black. Because I thought, well, I ain't seen something with black cops in it, because I see it in America all the time. Them kind of things, or, you know, role models.
Trading things.
Yeah. And guess what? Right, since we cast Ashley Waters as a cop in our thing, Sky have just commissioned a new show called Night Shades or Night Falls with him as a cop. So there you go. It just shows that everything comes from the underground. But we, on the underground, you're asking about indies, USG and whatever it is, and me, we go through the pain, innit? We don't have the money, we don't have the marketing, we don't have whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Make it happen.
And that's where Nollywood comes in. Right? Nollywood single-handedly have changed the market in this country, right? Because they go and support their movies, right? And you know, they've made it into a thing where they go to premieres. This Fedz thing, tell you the truth, it's just me teeth in the Nollywood model. I'm going to tell you that for straight. Because what Nollywood do is they have premieres, right? Yeah. And when they have their premieres, right, they're charging £40 and £50. Right, and the Nigerian and African community come out and watch Leicester Square, right? And I've seen the producers walk away with 40k, 40 bags from one night, right? Which is more than some films that go into 5, 6, 10 cinemas, right? So they've got something right. They can make 40 grand in one night, just for one screening, and their people come. So I said to Squinge, yo, yeah, you see that Nollywood model? Let's try to get a UK model, right? And so we can have a screening in Genesis. We could have gone more cinemas. No, let's see if the people will come out on that one night, right? And if they come out on that one night, then we prove to the UK system, right, that we can do it our way, and there is a way in which we can go forward with our own imaging. Yeah. You're talking about, you know, how me and Squingy got together and the USG and whatever it is, yeah? You know, I see these guys, yeah, no one supports them, no one gives them any money, no one whatever it is, but they make music every day, yeah? And they try to get it out. Maybe right or wrong, right? Whatever the content is, right? But they're examples for people. No one gives me any money. My money, right, in Fedz is my money, right? I never go begging anybody for the money, but like what Left says, like in America, we now got stuff like Kickstarter, where, you know, Spike Lee raised money for his movie, and you know, Left is right. You know, if USG want to do a movie,
could that be an inspiration to you to make, well, to save your pocket from going out?
Yeah, fine, but don't forget, right? That whole Spike Lee situation, right? They even attacked Spike Lee, like, yo, why are you going on Kickstarter? You got money, you're Hollywood, you're this, you're that. Why are you going and asking?
You might have to explain to them what that is.
Yeah, I will explain what Kickstarter is, because basically you just put up a project and you put up a certain amount of money, like say 30k you want to earn or get to make the film, and people donate. And I said to Squinge and to Lefty, yeah, you guys, if USG want to move into movies, let's start a Kickstarter. It's not an inspiration to me what Spike's done, right? Because what it is Spike's kept to his indie principles. When Spike Lee done She Got to Have It, right? He went around, right, asking people for money, like a Kickstarter. So when they attacked Spike for doing a Kickstarter, Spike said, yo, I've been kickstarting before kickstarting was even, so don't have a go at me. And plus, it's there for everybody else to use. But you see, when they ever make something that where we can raise money for ourselves, right, they will attack us. You know what I mean? I bet you, as soon as USG says, oh, we want to make a movie and we want to do a Kickstarter for 30k, right, they'll start saying, oh, they're just going to use it to do this. They're just going to use it to do that. They're just going to use it to do that. No. Right? You can see that there's people now turning their businesses and what they're doing into proper businesses.
Quick little question. How did you not get your name? Like your names, individual names, Squingy, Lefty and Q?
Well,
Squidgy,
They used to always say to me, oh, how come your eyes?
It's the eyes, innit? At least you're good.
There's two parts to his name though, innit? Like obviously the squinting thing, but there used to be an old reggae sound. There's still one called Bass Odyssey, yeah? And they had, their main selector was a guy called Squidgy, innit? And that's what I used to put him on to me, like, yeah, he's Squidgy. He used to play sound as well, because we've got a little dancehall reggae background as well. But my name, like, when I was young, I walked with like bandy legs, innit? They looked like I had like knock knees, innit? And it looked like I had 2 left feet. Oh, man. So that's how I got the nickname Lefty, innit?
So 2 left feet.
But I had that nickname since I was around 6.
Oh, wow. So it's been with you since?
It's been with me. A lot of people that have known me for years still don't know my actual government name. For 20 years, but you don't know my government name, because as far as we used to play something in school, they must be calling me Lefty. You get me? So that's what that is. Kip?
Yeah, my one's a long thing as usual. Yeah. No, what it is, my African name is Kwabna.
I knew it.
So right?
I knew it.
And then when I was playing football, obviously it switches to English to Kwabena. And then when you're playing football, people go QB. They just cut it short. So the next thing I know is Q, and I switched it round. And I thought, right, when I'm going to do this thing, Q stands for quality. Yes. That's what it is. My film. A film has got too many obstacles in it. And the reason is, I will tell you, wherever you have an industry that has a lot of obstacles, the obstacles are only there for one reason, to stop you from making money. Because they know that if you can overcome all those obstacles, then you're going to be in the same position as them to make money. So I looked at them and I thought, well, how did they do this? And meeting Squingy, Lefty, EXO, Coke, and the rest of them, and speaking to them, I realized that sometimes what they were doing, they didn't even know what they were doing, right? But Squingy has got a kind of innate instinct for anything that's happening and can tell you what's happening.
Radar's on.
Yeah, radar's on. And I got that slightly in terms of film. So right, you got a movie, you want to get it out. Now, I've got a couple of friends who will help get money for a film that's out soon. I don't know whether to plug it for them because they need help, right? Because they went to a major distributor. The distributor sold them the dream about what they're going to do for them. And the guy was on the phone to me over the weekend and he's saying, Q. I saying, yeah, what's up? He goes, look, man, we haven't got any posters up, we haven't got no billboards, we haven't got this, we got this. I said, but you still, I said, look, just restructure, think, try and take it over. Then he said to me, but Q, right, you're not even signed and whatever, but you're doing better than us. So I said, well, what makes you say we're doing better than you? He goes, well, no one's talking about my movie, but everybody's talking about your movie, right? So bottom line is, and that's my interaction with USG, because the music side of the film is very, very strong. So I had to try to come up with a new formula. So that's why, not only that, we still kept traditional. We're in the cinema, right? So what we need is the audience, people to come and back us, right? Now check this, right? We're giving you a red carpet, a movie, a live band, PAs from USG, guests, artists, right? DJs, right? All for a tenner. Now, who can hate on that? Who can hate on that? And we've made it at that price because all we want to do was actually sell out before November the 5th, which sends out a signal to the UK industry that look, we can make different films and we do know our audience, you know what I mean? So that's where the audience comes in. Okay, the other way you can distribute it is like what happens online, like with Trap, On Point, films like Encounter, you can put them online on Grime Daily or yourself or whatever it is.
Using romantic comedy.
Well, it's not even that, because I'm gonna be really real. I was having a conversation with Pierre from Grime Daily. Yeah. He wanted Fedz for ages to put on for free. I'm saying, like, why should I give you my movie for free? You can get it, on one level, www.fedzmovie.com, for 66 pence. So people can go and get the movie for 66 pence if they want it, right? Or come to the cinema for the experience. Now what a lot of people don't understand is, I was saying to Squingy, I got a call from the cinema all these paparazzi people, right, are phoning me up and saying, who's coming to the premiere, who's coming to the premiere, blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying to them, hold on one second, right? You know, in terms of actors and whatever, they're quite busy, I can't give you until 2 weeks, but I know who is. K-Coke's coming, Lefty's coming, Gecko's coming, Exo's coming, and Squinty's coming, because to me, they're the stars, right? They're the ones that you paparazzis need to be taking pictures of. But you see, because we're in the cinema, right, we plug into the paparazzi. You can't do that online. Because we're in the cinema, we plug into the cinema listings, which goes around the world, you know, and people look at that. So you plug into their mainstream, because bottom line is, I'm not saying cinema is everything, because even cinema is still a problem, but they're the things that you've got to consider when you want to distribute your movie. You know, there's the online portals, which is great, but you may not get money from it. You may get some fame, and then you may move on, and maybe somebody will spot you and pick you up like music, or you try to go a different route into television and cinema. But if you're going into television and cinema, you're going to be asked one thing: high production values.
Can't help it, I'm gon' shine brighter than the sun will let